7 hits with 3 earned and a quality start. Walked just 2. He only struck out 1 batter, but unafraid to pitch the contact.
The Asmussen horse, but I could see liking him in here. His last race was very good. I don't get Sandman at all.
See what happens again. 7:01 Eastern post time for the Preakness Stakes from Baltimore. Here in the 8th, Belmont of the Big A, Mr. Tonic. 3-1. Terry Bryant Barn, Javier Castellano.
What is up, motherfuckers and party people? How the hell is everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a great fucking day. Got some more racing coming up here.
Of course, card continues. You can catch it on NyraBets.com.
Kyle's on in this first one,
on the app.
so we can take that down.
We will see it tomorrow.
But yes, so we have 2 heat races coming up.
Will he get it done as the big favorite in the Preakness Arkansas Derby winner? We'll try and bounce back off that Derby dud for Mark Casse and Clever again. An intriguing new face off an impressive stakes victory in Hot Springs, Arkansas. We'll see you tomorrow at 3.
How the hell's everybody doing? So we have 2 heat races to determine the lineup for the All-Star race tomorrow. I think, is it true that Brad Keselowski has the pole anyway? Or... Okay, yeah, so Brad Keselowski will be the pole sitter tomorrow, regardless.
A leading sire of stakes winners on every surface from coast to coast and around the globe. Standing in New York at Iron Horse Stallions.
These New York bred foals represent many sires. War Dancer, Salamini, Honest Mischief, Central Banker. But they all have one thing in common.
The Heat 1 results, the results of this first race, will determine the starting for the inside row for the All-Star race tomorrow night. And the Heat 2 results will determine the outside row. Each race is 75 laps, so we'll have a total of 150 laps of racing this evening. All laps count, so caution laps will count, which I'm a fan of. And there will be a competition caution at or around lap 30. And there will be 1 attempt at overtime if necessary, so after that it would just be... it would end under yellow.
Racetrack Television Network brings you every race from every track on every screen.
So honestly, not that too confusing of a format.
Packages starting as low as $5. RTA,
at least for the heat races.
Value and access to more live HD streaming and race replays than anyone. Visit RTN.TV today to sign up and watch on almost any device, including.
Plan is still to stream the Red Sox. They play tonight at 7:15. My plan is to be live at 7 for that. If this runs long, I might either end this stream early, because it's just a fucking heat race, or I might not do the Red Sox. I don't know.
Heats are about to begin. No points, no teams, no holding back. Every move you make takes you one step closer to $1 million.
There's a lot that's getting ready to unfold right here, and I can't wait.
How will the stars align?
Opened up the door. That's what it's going in. Welcome to the All-Star Heat Races from historic North Wilkesboro Speedway in North Carolina. What a wonderful weekend of action, and it's old school style. Last night, 3-lap qualifying, including a pit stop, set the lineup for tonight's heat races, and also guaranteed Brad Keselowski the All-Star pole. Now, who's in? Everybody who won a race this year or last, plus full-time drivers who have been Cup champs or All-Star winners.
This is Fox's last race of the season. Last week was their last real race, but...
One attempt at overtime if needed. Heat 1 sits the inside lane, Heat 2 the outside lane. That's old school. Then tomorrow, the Open. 100 laps. For drivers not yet locked into the All-Star race, the top 2 finishers will advance, plus the fan vote winner, and we'll update that later. So 23 drivers will be in the 250-lap All-Star race. But there's a new wrinkle. The promoter's caution. If things get boring, they get to wave the wake-up flag and throw a caution anytime before lap 220. And oh, by the way, it's $1 million to win, and that's why we're here. And that's why it's fun, because this is old school short track style, just like we all grew up with.
I love me some heat races. It takes me right back to the way we grew up racing a short track all across America. It takes me to Lakeside Speedway. That heat race put me on the front row. This magical move for $1 million, Kevin.
Yeah, we're all here for fun, and these guys they may think it's fun, but they also want to do good. You always want to do as much as possible, no matter when you're on the racetrack. Even though there's no points on the line, there is $1 million, and this is the beginning of where you start the race and how much of a chance that you have. So the interesting part about this is we're going to do this in the middle of the day and in the sunlight. So these cars could get to slip sliding around.
So how much help can these 100 laps be toward what we're going to see, or what you're going to
75
want for
laps
tomorrow night?
Well, the way that this racetrack has moved around and spread out, I think you want to see where the racetrack evolves to. Gives you some sort of direction to analyze your car and be able to tell your guys what you think you need for tomorrow's conditions to put yourself in the best position to win the All-Star race.
You go back and watch these races from the past, right? Those guys said, man, this place was a tricky place to get around, kind of one lane and hard to pass. It's still that way. It's widened out, and you have to move them out of the way is what you got to do. Didn't we just see that in the truck race?
Truck race was awesome.
Yep. You might see more of it coming up.
Just like that. What's your favorite beer?
Cold and yours.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, we'll be back with 2 heat races to set the lineup for tomorrow's All-Star race.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Sadly, windshield chips can turn into windshield cracks. But at least you can go to safelight.com and schedule a fix in minutes. With flexible payment options, get it fixed now and pay later, only at safelight.com.
We asked people who said they've had Domino's.
All right, we got pizza, and the pizza's here, so I'll be right back.
Only Domino's has never had stuffed crust before.
Are you serious?
Until now. Introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed crust pizza. Try one for the first time tonight.
This is phenomenal.
Enjoy more financial freedom with Dave. In a pinch? Download the Dave app and you can get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less and access your cash instantly when you transfer it to Dave Checking. With early payday, you could get your full paycheck faster when you set up direct deposit. And with no minimum balance fees, you could get more out of everyday moments with more money in your pocket. There's an easier way to get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less and bank through Dave.
Every day, they protect the land we call home. Their dedication is why we race free. They're our neighbors, friends, and fellow fans. They put it all on the line. So when the green flag flies, we do too. NASCAR Salutes, together with Coca-Cola, honors those who serve at home and abroad.
Here's the tale of the farmer man, searching for love all across the land. He's a farmer man. He needs someone to share his life. Find a woman to be his loving wife. He's a farmer man.
We girls are trying to touch Matt's avocados.
Pizza.
Farmer once a while. All these great days on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
Fox's longest-running manhunt isn't just a show. It's an American institution.
I'm John Walsh, host of America's Most Wanted.
Fox Mondays. From Hollywood Heights to Heartland Horror.
He's worth my baby.
We're hunting down America's worst criminals.
With nearly 1,200 fugitives caught in 45 countries, the legacy continues.
You can make a difference.
America's Most Wanted, Mondays on Fox and anytime on Hulu.
It's all old school here at North Wilkesboro. That was the Holly Farm scoreboard back in the day. They're now part of Tyson, so it's been updated. A lot of old school here at North Wilkesboro, but a lot of today, like these race cars and drivers. Brad Keselowski won the pole last night for both Heat 1 and the
Yes,
All-Star
Kyle
race.
Larson will not race in the heat.
Wilkesboro. in the All-Star race. We have Byron Rowe 2, best All-Star start of third.
So that means for tomorrow he will start last in the All-Star race.
Every All-Star race. Can that streak continue?
Well, I don't know if it'll be last or like
Yesterday, he also ran the
he might start like, in front of the Open winners and the fan boat winner.
Josh Berry, his Las Vegas win put him in the big tilt tomorrow.
So he might be starting like fourth to
Larson
last.
Still in Indianapolis, so the 5-car will sit idle today. As Larson is qualifying for the 500, he'll be here tomorrow. And the final row, Ross Chastain and Ryan Blaney each got 10-second speeding penalties in qualifying yesterday, so they will start out back. Fresh from the truck race booth, let's go trackside to Jamie Little.
Yes, we'll continue things here at North Wilkesboro. How about Brad Keselowski doing the best job of qualifying yesterday? Just talked to his crew chief, Jeremy Bolins, and he said, we know our car is fast, but we're going to use this 75-lap race to try something a little different because we can always go back on yesterday's setup. The plan is to run up front, stay there, don't come down pit road and pit. If they come down pit road, that usually means they have an issue. And all they have is scuffed qualifiers sitting in the pit box. So Brad Keselowski wants to get this win, get that shot in the arm that this 16 needs. Regan Smith?
William Byron has won in almost anything that you can win in the Cup Series. 2-time Daytona 500 Series champion. But one thing he has not done is won an All-Star race. In fact, never a top 5 in an All-Star race.
Just to go down.
A few moments ago, they feel very good about where their car is for tonight for this race this afternoon. He does have a little concern, though. There's truck rubber on the track. He said that may change things early on if they do decide to take a pit stop. Ryan Blaney giving us a little dust up there, but if they do decide to make a pit stop, it may make it more difficult to tune on it. Larry Mack, what do you got?
Just got off the truck race just a little over an hour ago.
With only 10 drivers and teams, but the most important part of this race might be right from this pit box when that caution comes out at lap 30. I talked about 75% of the crew chiefs, and right now strategy is all over the place. Yeah, you'd love to come get 4 fresh tires, but track position.
Yep, it is a tiny leaderboard, Jaden.
And don't rule out just right side tires just to get that track position.
I could have had the whole thing,
Larry, you comfy up there? Does it feel like home?
but it would have just been so small, so I figured I'd zoom in.
Good for you.
And I can only zoom in so far, you know.
84 degrees, bright sunshine, few wispy clouds, nothing to worry about. Breeze out of the southwest.
So like I said,
Track tip.
each heat race is 75 laps. There is a competition caution on or around lap 30.
Every lap will count.
1 overtime attempt, and all laps count.
For the All-Star race. All-Star caution around lap 30, more or less. They won't commit to a specific lap for that competition caution. And if we need to go to overtime, they'll have only 1 attempt.
I think the biggest thing that I saw in all that, all those stats right there that you were talking about, Mike, the track temp, 123 degrees. You know, we practiced in the evening yesterday, a lot of cars on the racetrack, and I think with that track temp up, I think that'll make these cars slide around a little bit more as they get 20, 30 laps into this run.
Well, I think it's going to happen pretty quick for sure. We watched that in practice, and nobody moved the track up more than Tyler Reddick right here. But if I was listening to Mike, I heard this guy right here starting in the back. Who is probably passing those cars this year so far? Blaney points.
So Larson is on the leaderboard, right?
All-Star race.
We're actually Justin Allgaier on the leaderboard, but that car will not be racing.
The last 9 drivers to win it have all been Cup champions. And the last 5 winners all came from either Hendrick Motorsports or Team Penske.
We got a pair of those Hendrick cars starting up front here in this. They're going to be hard to handle.
Well, I really like the fact that Brad is on the pole. He's got the pole for the All-Star race and this heat race. But we saw what this did for Joey Logano last year.
Yeah.
And when you talk about Brad Keselowski in a season that he has had the bad luck, not running as well as they would like, now they're on the pole. They've got themselves a little bit of a shot in the arm, like Jamie said. And this is what propelled Joey Logano into that championship form last year. So Joey took that All-Star win and made it into something, and hopefully Brad can turn it into something as well.
17th try to win the All-Star race. For Brad, he's been a runner-up 3 times.
All right. Excuse me.
Marlin and Schrader for Miller. Let's skip that page.
It's unbelievable that you can even see it.
Yep.
Especially when you're talking, I mean, that's Brad Keselowski. But there's a lot of new here. We've added a team to the organization with RFK, new crew chief for him, and he's paying the bills, and his name's on the building. So his hat is definitely a lot different than it was years past.
Here's his radio.
Let's make this the new norm, right? That's fun.
Absolutely. Complete reset. That's what this team needs, and they've gotten it so far this weekend.
Well, it started last weekend in Kansas, really.
All right.
Pace car is in, and here they come.
Green flag.
5 laps to set the
Green flag is in the air. We are racing from Heat 1 at North Wilkesboro.
We saw that bottom lane in the truck race through turns 1 and 2 be pretty good as we got towards the end of that race. You see Bowman able to keep ground. Brad got a great start and able to clear that 48. But that bottom lane in 1 and 2 was better than I thought it would be in the race we just had with the trucks.
3 wide. 1, then 2, then 3. Looks like a set of bowling pins. Well lined up.
You see Reddick to the inside of Byron. Not a very good start for William Byron at the 24. Got Stenhouse going up. We're going to get another one.
Stenhouse outside Bowman looking for third.
Now you talk about Stenhouse being in this all-star race again, and we 3 wide again.
Watch the bump.
Got some 3 wide battle in here.
45 hit that bump, slide up right into the door of Bowman,
who wisely exits out the back of that 3 wide battle. We're going to go right back at it again right here, 3 wide. Whoa! Squeeze play.
Ooh, sure was. We're all fighting for that outside already. You talked about it, Kevin. Reddick around Bill 2 for 1 there. Great pass.
Yeah, and as these cars go, you'll see the air pressure start to come up, and these cars start to move around less. But they're going to run that left rear tire, really all 4 tires, as low as possible.
Not the start that these Hendrick cars were looking for. Both of them, Alex Bowman second and Williams started third. They went right to the back. Probably low air pressure, I would think. That's what it looks like, Kevin.
Yeah, and you've seen Ryan Blaney make his way through half the field so far of these 10 cars, 9 cars that are on the racetrack. So we talked about that car having the capability week after week to be fast, but everybody's cars are starting to come in. These guys are starting to get used to the racetrack, know the grip levels of their car.
No surprise, Tyler Reddick driving right to the front. You said it, Mike. Fastest in practice, and he ran the most laps on the racetrack. A lot of comfort in this 45 car. Both of those 2311 cars were good. His teammate, Bubba Wallace, was third of them.
And the thing I see right now compared to Austin Dillon in front of him is he's able to charge the corner into turn 3 quite a bit harder. But yesterday during practice, Tyler Reddick, he was the guy that was moving that groove up the racetrack, and right now he's on the bottom in 3 and 4, but you see how hard he can charge in the corner right there. Good roll speed right through the center, able to give that car a little bit of gas to get that mid-corner speed up.
Do you think this is an air pressure thing that we're looking at? I mean, I see the takeoff speed of the 45, and then you flip the page to those Hendrick cars, and you see them slipping and sliding around. They did not take off whatsoever, especially Bowman.
Well, we heard a little bit of talk about the truck rubber being on the racetrack, so I would say some of it could be that air pressure choice, and some of it maybe that car just sliding around some more than others. And those Hendrick cars for sure definitely didn't take off good.
Reddick has not been phased by that patch in the track where they shortened up the wall at turn number
So how about we do this? How about we only have 1 commercial during this whole thing,
not losing pace.
and it's during the 30 competition caution. You know, if we were to use common sense, that's what we would do. But I doubt they're going to use common sense.
They're going to have to get going.
Yeah, right behind these guys, William Byron, he's figured out what he needs to do to get the pace back in that 24 car. You talk about how they didn't take off, but it seems like it's coming around.
So how low did they start on air pressure? Look at Alex Bowman here.
Yeah, and you see that car going through the bumps, and as it'll compress again, you'll see that the bottom of that tire just wrinkle up. It looks like a drag tire.
It does. Top fuel dry, so regular
Tony Stewart out there going down the backstretch. Side by side for second. And Reddick is going to emerge ahead of Austin Dillon going into turn number 3. And that pass started at turn 1.
Yeah, but he had very good drive up off the corner. That's what I'm watching this 45.
Larry Mack.
Yeah, Mike, you're talking about air pressure. Goodyear recommends do not go lower than 12 psi on the left side. We know for a fact teams are going as low as 8 or 9 psi. That just gives it grip, and the more you can open the differential between the left and the right, that helps the car to turn. I know there were issues at Kansas, but a lot higher speeds and a lot more loads in Kansas than here at North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, you can definitely be a lot more aggressive on the air pressure here without all that load. But like Larry said, and there's not many things that move the needle more than low air pressure in these cars.
William Byron trying Austin Dillon, and behind him, Ryan Blaney has gotten away from that pack of cars. Up to 5th spot, there's Blaney on the right.
You can run, but you can't hide. Be mindful that there will be a caution coming out. Whether you elect to pit or not is up to you.
And we're halfway there, 15 down. Caution around lap 30.
See the one car, Ross Chastain, right there on the bottom in turns 1 and 2. So many different choices have started to evolve on this racetrack. And on the other end down there, you want to have the, if you're going to run the bottom, you want that left side right on the white line. Try to hook that inside tire right against that concrete to help that thing rotate the middle of the corner.
During qualifying, they doubled the penalty from 5 to 10 seconds for any pit road or speeding infractions. But it really didn't make any difference. If you got a penalty, you start the heats in the back. And that's where Chastain and Blaney started. And they've each gained a few positions. Here's Byron.
That car
inside Dillon. Dillon coming around him on the outside.
Didn't quite finish that pass in turn 3 and 4, but this is where it starts. Kind of like a skateboard ramp. You go up the hill, dive in that corner, uphill, up the back straightaway right here, and a lot of times you finish the pass in turns 3 and 4. When you start this pass like Blaney is on the 24, it's really hard to be able to complete that pass with that bump off of turn 4. You don't have position by the time you get to the middle.
Well, I think that's why you saw the press, full court press on William Byron trying to make quick work of Austin Dillon because he saw Blaney coming in his mirror, but now he's got his hands full of Blaney.
See the back of that 12 car slide out from underneath him as the exits turn 4. I like where that bottom groove is right there in 1 and 2. You'll see that patch on the entry. It's like you want to run your right side tires on that little patch and hug those bottom hash marks as you go around the corner. Blaney's car is really rolling the center well through 3 and 4, but that bump just keeps him from being able to put the throttle all the way down.
So why is Byron's car so good off turn 4, but not so good here off turn 2?
I think right now it's because he's up a lane and it's smoother. He's able to push the throttle down, carry the momentum through the center of the corner, but he doesn't have to deal with that bump off of turn 4.
Looks tight to me. Using a lot of real estate on the exit, and that outside is helping him using that extra banking with a progressive banking man on the outside of the track. That's why he couldn't steer underneath Austin Dillon. He's having to stay up there on this outside. But on the flip side of that, Blaney's running on the bottom, and he's a little bit loose. Can't get off the corner because he can't put the throttle down. He can roll in and through the center fast, but he can't complete it.
And he can't use the whole racetrack when that 24 car is out there, so it's kind of magnifying his condition that he has with his car. Larry?
Yeah, guys, we're going to get a caution here in about 5 to 6 laps. And remember, you had 3 sets of tires to do this race. You had a brand new set of stickers and the 2 from qualifying yesterday. Interesting strategy on the 12 of Blaney, the 47 of Stenhouse, and the 1 of Chastain. They elected to start on scuffs. They've got their stickers laying in the pit, so I'll be interested to see, especially like Stenhouse is running at the back, what he does at this caution. Once again, I don't see a lot of tire fall off though.
Boy, I like that, Larry, starting on scuffs, because if you're going to have a caution in 30 laps, you're not likely to get lapped. You can't win the race in the first 30 laps, so why not start on scuff tires?
Well, definitely puts him in a position to have that option. And now with their track house, especially with these 2 cars right here, Stenhouse and Bowman, you're probably going to want to come in, make some adjustments, and at least take the gamble of putting those tires on for sure.
starts on and he has led.
So we're about to get the
29 laps right now.
competition caution.
And a little pressure here from Tyler Reddick as he'd like to be the first one onto pit road. Should they pit during the caution flag when it comes? Starter does not yet have the yellow in hand until now. As we come to 30 laps, no. He's just got it in his hand right there.
He's just playing with us. There we go.
There we go.
There's the competition caution. So that was a 9-minute 42-second green flag run to start off the first heat race.
The person who will hold the promoter's caution flag is going to be in the flag stand the whole race. And he's going to be, I don't want to say taunting the crowd, but kind of like egging the crowd on. Should we throw it now? Should we throw it now? How about now? It's kind of like if the race gets to be a snoozer, that's going to be the wake-up call flag. But that's tomorrow night.
I sure hope they pick the right person to make that decision. A pretty impactful decision, Kevin.
I got a feeling it's going to be somebody who's a real personality and showman. Tomorrow it's the All-Star Open and the All-Star Race. The Open at 5. The All-Star Race at 8. Plenty of fun in between.
Not really.
So make sure you have it set on FS1 beginning 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Got a lot of surprises as the pit opens up. They've got the Ford Mustang Dark Horse pace car leading the field and came to an event here last week. And down with the North Carolina Highway Patrol.
Nah, it's just normal Domino's pizza.
With light siren.
I'll do the stuffed crust early. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's not my preference.
Here's Regan.
Well, you guys were just talking about the scuffs versus stickers. Ryan Blaney, of course, has these sticker tires that he can put on the car. Jonathan Hassler said that he thought his decision would be pretty easy, but they got further forward than I think they thought they would. Right now, just chatter in the front through the middle and loose off. Jamie?
Yeah, Ross Chastain, a lot of debate before the race that they would pit, but he said, I'm just loose everywhere. And as Larry mentioned, he had that set of sticker tires, so that just went on the one machine.
4 drivers did not pit. Keselowski, Reddick, Dillon, and Barry stayed out.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your outfit first before meeting your girlfriend's family. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
So, what do you think about the Jeep Wrangler? Very spacious, loving the Phantom Blue.
What are you going to use it for?
Thwarting international terrorism, state of the world. That good stuff.
Probably just groceries. Sorry, we just saw Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, and we are very excited.
Test drive?
No mission is impossible with a Jeep Wrangler. To avoid digital threats, just turn on NordVPN. Improve your protection against trackers, malicious websites, and malware-ridden downloads. Get the deal now.
Did you know GoodRx can help you get a better price on your family's prescriptions?
I just opened the app, type in the name of our meds, that's it. Savings on my asthma medication. All right, round 2, baby, round 2. Savings on my husband's blood pressure refills. And savings on my daughter's allergy pills.
Prescription savings for the whole family.
Have a good one.
Another good reason to check GoodRx.
Safe like repair.
Perfecting your swing is hard.
Nice shot, Dad. Safe like replace.
But replacing your windshield doesn't have to be. Get it fixed now and pay later with flexible payment options only at safelight.com.
We asked people who said they've had Domino's stuffed crust pizza before to compare it to our new stuffed crust.
That's better than the one they have currently.
Only Domino's has never had stuffed crust before.
Are you serious?
Until now. Introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed crust pizza. Try one for the first time tonight.
This is phenomenal.
takes a lot to get my heart racing, but you gotta see this.
There's absolutely nothing like NASCAR's only street race. This 4th of July weekend, NASCAR takes over Chicago, where you can get an up-close look at the sport's best drivers as they battle through downtown. And with live music from Zac Brown Band and Family Fun, it's a NASCAR experience on a whole other level.
Hey, I'll be on the edge of my seat.
NASCAR Chicago Street Race, July 5th and 6th.
1 to go with 36 complete in the first of 2 qualifying heats. To set the lineup for the All-Star race tomorrow night. Yes, that is a manually operated scoreboard. Fenway, Wrigley, and North Wilkesboro. Awesome.
I love it. That's so cool.
Well, one number you don't see up there is the 12 or the 47. They were both nabbed for speeding, and they will start out back.
Blaney and Stenhouse speeding penalties.
Keselowski, Reddick, Dillon, Berry.
All right, here we go.
Worn, but warm tires. Behind them, drivers on stickers.
I think everybody in the garage area is going to pay attention.
All right, green flag.
We don't know how much these tires are going to mean. You're going to see it right here.
Green flag.
I see Reddick have a little bit of trouble getting those rear tires to hook up, but there you see the 24 car into the back of the 3, and that was the part I was interested in. Will warm tires or sticker tires fire off better this time?
See him shooting in the middle. Austin Dillon lost the nose in his race car, had to wait on it. Here they go, 3 wide down the front stretch.
Boy, another squeeze play. Byron is not afraid to put that car in harm's way and go 3 wide.
Austin Dillon holding strong on that outside, too. Smoke rolling off them babies.
Chastain dives for the bottom. They're still 3 wide. Now it's Berry in the middle. And they sort it out.
They fixed that 48 car.
You know what? That's typically what happens. Those sticker tires will fire off better than those warm tires. They just slide around for a lap. You see the 3 car be able to get back going, but Tyler Reddick on the inside of Brad right here.
He better run quick because these tires are coming in a hurry in this 24 car. They mean something, Kevin.
They definitely mean something. And on these first few laps of the restart, I think it means you're able to maneuver the car a little bit better than those guys that are slip-sliding around on those hot tires.
That's almost 2/10 faster than Keselowski, your leader.
Reddick cannot complete the pass. Here comes Byron on the outside.
Yeah, and I was going to say, if Reddick doesn't get up right there and he gives Byron the regular quarter panel off of 2, he's going to be in trouble.
A block to the... Hey, getting into 3 and looking to the inside of the leader. About Chastain.
Yeah,
add his name to the mix.
Yeah, he made up a lot of ground really quick as these guys are racing right here. And William Byron knows that's probably the guy that he's going to be racing on those other sticker tires that started in the back.
Got the preferred line on the outside. Here comes Byron.
Every position gained moves you 1 row closer to the front for the start tomorrow night.
Well, we've seen a lesson learned. So definitely shake things up in this second heat race coming up after this.
And I think right now the 45, as we saw, wasn't able to complete that pass on the 6 car, Keselowski, but William Byron definitely has the speed that he needs if he ever is able to get position on Brad. But Brad has done a good job of keeping his car up in that high line through 1 and 2, not making any mistakes right now.
That's exactly right, Kevin. We've seen it so many times here at North Wilkesboro. Catching them is one thing, passing them and completing that pass a whole other story.
Now consider this, Byron is not racing Keselowski for anything of consequence. Brad Keselowski's already locked in the pole for the All-Star race. Byron is racing everybody behind him to try to secure the 2nd row starting spot.
Valid point, Mike, but there's a checkered flag at the end of this thing, isn't there?
It sure is.
That's that round that all of us racers like to chase.
Whoa, Chastain put the slide right up in front of Reddick, who did not enjoy that.
Here we go, battle for the lead right here. William Byron all but cleared Brad Keselowski through the center of that corner right there.
Moved him up the racetrack on the exit, went around that bump, Kevin. He's going to do the same thing again. Watch watch the way he can roll through the middle a little bit better than the leader, Keselowski, but getting off the corners, putting that throttle down, very tricky when those cars on the outside, taking the rest of the racetrack away from you.
Yeah, and you see that momentum there that the 6 is able to carry. But what a change of events for the 24 car of William Byron. At the beginning of this race, we thought he was in big trouble those first 2 or 3 laps, and now he's up there battling for the lead, but they better watch this one car.
Yeah, you talk about change of events, that one car, Ross Chastain started taking this thing, and here he comes.
All right, Chastain on the bottom, but don't look back because Blaney's coming too.
I see the 24 car still being tight. It's slow to rotate in the center of the corner. Watch how fast that number 1 rotates the middle.
And don't ignore Keselowski for being on the same tires he started the race with. He's still got really good pace.
I mean, to your point, look at the rest of them. Reddick falling back. He's holding his own very strong.
You're right about that one car, Clint. That thing will flat cut the middle of the corner.
Chastain hunting the lead here and may have it. Larry.
Yeah,
Here's Ross. Ross coming for the lead.
30-lap pressure tires. Had no set of stickers that Jamie Little talked about. I think that's a difference maker, plus a good handling car.
And I think when these guys run the bottom of that racetrack, Clint, and they're not able to complete that pass, I think it heats the tires up and it takes a little bit of goodie out of that car, like we saw with William Byron back there. But Ross Chastain, his car is definitely handling a little bit on the free side.
Ooh, made contact
on him right there, but he's able to turn the center of that corner, and I think he's going to have to get aggressive to finish this pass.
He will.
But Kevin, I like what you're saying about Keselowski. He's stayed up top almost the entire race, not abusing his tires down on the bottom. And it's paying off for him.
And he just keeps that momentum. And those guys, when they can't finish the pass down here in turns 1 and 2, they have to fight that bump. But every lap that they waste down there just heats those tires up. And his defense right now is just the momentum of the top lane.
I mean, you're literally on a lot less banking. I mean, it's a shorter way around, but the banking, you can see it down here in 1 and 2 better than anywhere. Watch Brad Keselowski roll. As soon as he gets into the transition of that banking, see how that car goes up the hill, turns right back down, is able to put the throttle down.
Same thing we saw with William Byron with that one car. 5-6 laps battling on the bottom, and all of a sudden tires get hot and you have to reset. The 24 has started to make a little bit of ground back up, but I think that bottom heats those tires up when you aren't able to finish that pass. Regan?
Well, Kevin, to your point, he came on the radio just a couple laps ago after he had fallen back to that 3rd position, and it was instantly no grip, no front grip, no rear grip, no grip anywhere on that 24 car was the complaint, as we see some train battling right there.
Now Blaney's right in the thick of it. On the inside, a little contact there with Chastain and Byron.
Drove right back to the front. Pit road speeding penalty. Nope, be all right. I'll see you in a minute, guys.
3 cars fighting for second. I am thrilled for Keselowski. He has led all but 3 laps of this race, and in point racing has not led a single lap so far this year. That's hard to believe.
We covered these guys in practice, Kevin. If you remember back, a lot of these guys were fighting tight race cars, and I'm seeing that. I'm seeing the one car getting tight. We talked about the 24 already getting tight. I saw him.
Ross only led 1 lap out of that.
It looks freer than most.
15 to go.
Well, in the defense of the 1 and the 24 car right there, they were on the bottom of the racetrack like this 12 car is right now. And you've seen what it does to their race cars, and both of them have fallen back from the 6 car, Keselowski.
I think I've watched enough of Blaney over the years, especially this year in particular. That car rotates the center, runs the bottom better than most, enabling him to pass more often than other cars, and I think it's because of the freeness, his ability to drive a little bit freer race car than some others.
And you see the one car move back down the racetrack right there, almost to defend that position. Put that dirty air on the front of that 12 car. Don't let him get up beside you.
Byron back to the bottom. Trying to cut under Chastain. No room there.
I like that they're able to move around the racetrack, and you see the 3 different lane choices, and this is no different than anywhere else that we go. A little bit of contact right there with Ryan Blaney into the side of the 24 car.
12 to go in the heat.
Really starting to see the entry of turn one open up. Right here, you're going to see Byron come down the hill, Blaney go up the hill, and I don't know if he didn't expect the 24 car to stay in that middle lane, but they had some contact right front to left rear.
I think it all started with one car. It didn't rotate very good for him. It was a little slow on the exit. That made Byron kind of move down and avoid him, which got him pushed down into Blaney.
Byron's back to the bottom now. Chastain has the run down the back straightaway. Blaney looking on from the high groove. 10 to go. 9 this time. Keselowski is running away as they battle side by side for second.
Yeah, he's loving the fact that these guys are sitting back there battling for second place, not putting any pressure on him, but he did a great job defending by exactly what he's doing right there. Stay in that second lane, keep that momentum up, and let these guys behind you figure it out.
So the drivers who stayed out and did not take tires are running 1st, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Only Keselowski prevailed as this battle goes on for second place.
Well, but don't forget why he prevailed or how he prevailed. He's got a fast hot rod. We saw that yesterday. He also has that track position. Has that preferred groove and did not get off of it. Did not waver.
You see Byron on the bottom of the racetrack, right up next to that one car off the exit. And I think in order for him to finish this pass, he's going to have to be nose to nose with that one car and driving to turn one, slide up the hill. Able to get a good launch off the exit of turn 2 every lap, but he just cannot get the position that he needs to finish the pass off of turn 4.
Great short track racing. There's been side by side action.
Oh yeah, this has been pretty decent. Yeah, won't lie.
4.5 to go, and Byron wants one more shot at it.
And that's what happens. You see William Byron right on the back bumper of the one.
Byron trying to get by Chastain.
Finish passes like he is right here. You start to get more and more aggressive with the amount of room that you leave.
Well, you get more frustrated too. That 24 car is definitely faster than the one. If he was in that outside line, the preferred line, he'd drive off on it, but he can't complete the pass.
Josh Berry trying to take 6th from Tyler Reddick. Again, every position moves you one row forward on the starting lineup tomorrow night.
Yeah, and I think that not putting tires on that 45 car has definitely put him in the back of the field. I felt like he had the best car to start this race. Not to end it, though.
2 to go.
A little bit further along.
2 laps to go.
For the 24. See him go up the hill right here, trying to use a little bit of that top banking to shoot down the racetrack, dive in that corner, and get a good run down the back straightaway.
As good a shot as he's had. I think that's what it's going to take. I have to move him.
And Brad Keselowski coming around, and he'll take the white flag one more time around in the first heat race at North Wilkesboro.
That's right. This battle right here is a whole row.
I appreciate William Byron's patience, though. I mean, sure you can just dangle him and move him out of the way. He hasn't touched him.
And Brad Keselowski is going to win the first heat for the All-Star race at North Wilkesboro.
And Chastain takes the second spot from Byron.
That was about a little over a 12-minute green flag run to end that heat race there. Nice.
About a half a car there, Mike.
So Brad Keselowski leads 72 of 75 laps to score the win.
And Doug. Okay, here's what you want to do.
So the second heat race will be getting underway here shortly. Don't know exactly when,
No, I'm a
but
Doug.
pretty soon here.
Okay, I'm gonna putt now. Okay, I'm gonna watch you putt.
Oh, nice birdie.
Yes, he is a very nice bird.
Oh no, Limu! The cards!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Misty?
You know this person?
Is your cat getting too cool? Give him Temptations treats.
Who doesn't love tracking the value of everything? Now you can track the value of your car with Carvana Value Tracker. Sign up and we'll give you the current value of your car, and you'll get regular value updates too. Sign up today at Carvana.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Sadly, windshield chips can turn into windshield cracks. But at least you can go to safelight.com and schedule a fix in minutes. With flexible payment options, get it fixed now and pay later, only at safelight.com.
Ooh, that's a lovely view. What are you two looking at?
Tip pick.
What did you say?
Tip pick. Tickets to the show with no hidden fees.
Prize Picks, the easiest way to turn hot takes into cold, hard cash. Like when Drewski said, he cares more about horses than hoops.
I ain't never said that.
Download the app during the playoffs and get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup.
Upset stomach? Iberogast. Indigestion? Iberogast. Bloating? Iberogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Iberogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Iberogast.
Attention golfers! All this month, when you get fit for PXG's exceptional golf clubs, we're giving you a free gift. 1 dozen PXG Extreme Tour or Tour X golf balls. On the house. That's right, get fitted for PXG and get a box of balls that Golf Ball Addict ranks the #1 and #2 golf balls of 2025 at no charge. Book your fitting now at PXG.com or a PXG location near you and see what we can do for your game. PXG, you've never played like this before.
Brad Keselowski and RFK Racing get to fly the W in this first lineup-setting heat for the inside lane of tomorrow night's All-Star race. Jamie Little, he led all but 3 laps.
Well, that went according to plan. Brad Keselowski wanted to start
Here's
on
Brad
pole and
Keselowski.
lead them all, and here you are. I know it's a heat race, but it's a win, Brad. Is that a shot in the arm for this team?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It's been a good 2 days for everyone on this 6 crew, and hopeful that other 2 cars can have good runs in the heat race in the Open, so we get a great day for tomorrow. But it's good to be starting up front with the Salmon Plumbing Ford Mustang, and to be running fast. This is fun.
You guys tried something different, Jeremy said. He said, we have a good car, so we'll try something different. What did you learn about this setup? And maybe tires. Do you want tires tomorrow, and what impact that'll have in the All-Star race?
Yeah, those guys that put tires on, they were really hard to hold off. I had the preferred groove and just tried to use it to my advantage, Jamie, but we'll see if that's the case tomorrow.
Hard to believe, but Brad Keselowski looking for his first All-Star win. Got to change that, Brad.
Thank you.
Brad Keselowski driving that East Carolina.
So Brad Keselowski wins the first heat race. Get ready for the second one here at North Wilkesboro.
And Doug. Okay, here's what you want to do. Save hundreds when Mutual customizes your car insurance.
Are you a caddy?
No, I'm a Doug, and that's a Limu.
Okay, I'm gonna putt now.
Okay, I'm gonna watch you putt.
Oh.
Nice birdie.
Yes, he is a very nice bird.
Oh no, Limu! The cards!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Cerakote revolutionized car care with its #1 best-selling rapid ceramic paint seal. The unmatched gloss, slickness, and shine that you love now comes with an industry-leading 50-wash guarantee.
Introducing Cerakote's next-generation paint sealer, Rapid Ceramic Platinum. Just spray it on and lightly buff it to get incredible shine and professional results that will help your car stay cleaner longer. Look at the difference. With over 60,000 5-star reviews, you can trust Cerakote. Buy today for under $20.
Is your car's plastic trim faded and weathered?
Cerakote's #1 best-selling ceramic trim coat restores and protects faded trim effortlessly. Simply wipe it on and level it off to make your trim look like new again. Unlike other greasy products, dust won't stick to it.
It's so tough, it'll last for at least 200 washes, guaranteed.
And now, Trim Coat isn't just for cars. It also works on most faded plastic. For bigger jobs, try the new Pro Kit. With over 60,000 5-star reviews, you can trust Cerakote. Buy today for under $20.
Many people told us they'd had stuffed crust pizza from Domino's before.
Oh.
Only Domino's has never had stuffed crust before.
Where's the pizza?
Until now. Introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed crust pizza.
Yummy.
Try one for the first time tonight.
I just hurt my neck because I fell out of my chair because my boss just told me that our new starter pack just dropped. A solid stick of deodorant in the scent of your choice. A cream tube of deodorant in the scent of your choice. Plus 2 free items, plus free shipping.
So 20 years until retirement.
At this rate, it's probably going to be more like 40.
Okay, no, way too long. Let's see how much you're spending. Download an app called Rocket.
Oh, wow. I've got 3 DoorDash accounts. I totally forgot to cancel those.
You know you can cancel those right in the app? Rocket Money has a clear dashboard that shows you all your income and expenses, helping you stay in control of your goals.
It also shows you a list of all your subscriptions and how much you're paying all in one place. Is this the best budgeting app?
Yes, and it's called Rocket Money.
Welcome back to North Wilkesboro as Brad Kozlowski celebrates his heat race win. Let's check with Regan.
Well, Mike, it's all smiles down here at Ross Chastain. A nice run in the heat race there. You came in, got tires, working through the field, and you and Willie Byron had a heck of a battle there.
Yeah, Regan, that was, just to pass 3 cars, we started tail. That was the last car, only car in my row starting the race. And just to pass 3 cars for, as I've well documented, the way just the effort we've been putting forward, just to pass 3 cars in 30 laps is a step forward. And then a good adjustment by Phil Surgeon for our Busch Light Chevy to give me a little bit more rear grip. Still not quite enough. I got to Brad, and he was holding William up, and I had good grip. And then as I was down there, like the 3rd lap, I was below him. I started losing the rears and burned him off really hard trying to get by him, and had a shot. I was too loose. So good effort though, and good adjustments from yesterday into today. These longer practices really seem to help us. So I am pro practice when it comes to the Cup Series. I think we need to be on track because I can make my car better than when we start. So yeah, heck of an effort to pass cars. That was a lot of fun. This track is every bit as fun as it looks.
I got to ask you, you mentioned felt like you burned the rear tires off just a little bit there. How quick did they come back for you? Is that something that you'll be able to manage all night long and get them to come back, or is that something that we're going to be concerned about?
Not concerned as in like any catastrophic issues. These Goodyear Eagles are reliable. I just got them hot. I slid them. I was on the gas over the bump off of 4 a couple times, and I'm underneath the leader. I haven't seen the lead much, so I didn't lift, and I was roasting them, which is a cool thing to say. We don't say that a lot in the Cup Series anymore. So the fact that I could lay rubber on the straightaway is in 4th gear, like in the normal, not shifting, is really really cool. So yeah, not that they're going to have any catastrophic issues, but they have a memory, and they sure don't like spinning.
I like seeing that smile when you got out of the car too, Jamie. It was ear-to-ear grin from Ross after that.
Ryan Blaney started in the back, ended up 4th. Ryan, you just got out of the booth, did the Truck Series race with us, and what did you say at the top of the show? Speeding, please.
I knew this was coming, Jamie. I really did. It's one of the first things I thought about when I sped. Yeah, that's 2 for 2 on speeding for the weekend. Hopefully I get it out of my system. Yeah, I thought our car was fairly decent. I could really kind of go on restarts good. I could run a little bit different lane. I could run lower in 1 and 2 than most, and that kind of helped me. But yeah, I just set us back speeding, which really stunk and did it at a bad time. But good rebound, decent finish. Be able to start in an okay spot for the race. I thought we got a good step better than yesterday, so that was good. So I appreciate the 12 boys for doing that. But yeah, I appreciate Menards, Wrangler, and Ford. And yeah, it'll be a fun race. I had a great time out there, and tomorrow night's going to be better.
All right, so your teammate Joey Logano walked out here. What kind of things do you tell your teammate, who, by the way, dominated the All-Star race and won it last year?
Yeah, he said, any tips? And I said, don't speed. That's the best tip I can give you. But yeah, I don't know if he needs many tips. I mean, he dominated, like he said last year. He's got this place figured out. I just gave him a couple things that I thought my car did well or didn't, and what lane maybe I tried. That might be an option. So I told him to watch out for the bump off 4. That thing's pretty big, and we talked about it in the truck race. And I feel like our cars, it's even more severe. We're a lot lower. We kind of hit rub blocks, things like that. So it's something you got to be careful about. But yeah, it was a heck of a heat race, heck of a battle there and won, and I'm sure this second one will be just as good.
Thanks for your time. Ryan Blaney, the 2022 All-Star race winner, and now his other teammate.
Cars are being pushed out.
All right, we'll let you jump out of the way as Austin Cindric pushes his car into position for qualifying heat number 2. Brad Kay, pole winner for the All-Star race and qualifying heat winner.
I'm the guy sitting next to your girl on the kiss cam. And this game just got a lot more interesting.
Sheila? Mom?
And if you don't have the right home coverage, you might have to kiss your savings goodbye.
There's an easier way to bank and get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less when you download Dave.
What is it? My new boyfriend. So sweet. Look what he just sent me. Ooh, that's a lovely view.
What are you two looking at?
TickPick.
What did you say?
TickPick. Tickets to the show with no hidden fees.
TickPick, the only major no-fee ticket site with the same seats at better prices.
To avoid digital threats, just turn on NordVPN. Improve your protection against trackers, malicious websites, and malware-ridden downloads. Get the deal now.
What if I told you that one of the best things you can do to improve the look and performance of your car can be done for under $20 and in less than 30 minutes?
Fix your cloudy and weathered headlights with Cerakote's #1 best-selling ceramic headlight restoration kit in just 3 easy steps and without power tools. Just wipe, sand, and apply. It's that easy. Cerakote restores and protects, and for as long as you own your vehicle, it's guaranteed. You can trust Cerakote with over 60,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait until it's too late. Buy today for under $20.
The NASCAR Cup Series is ready and roaring.
The number 9 team will start from the rear of the field for the second heat race due to unapproved adjustments. So Chase Elliott to the rear.
The NASCAR Cup Series All-Star Race from North Wilkesboro on FS1.
With drivers battling to make the All-Star Race at 5 p.m. Eastern on FS1. And the race for $1 million goes green at 8 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
Welcome back to North Wilkesboro, where qualifying heat race number 1 is complete, and that would have included the 5 car of Kyle Larson, but Justin Allgaier, who practiced and qualified that car last night, was not eligible to participate in the heat. He's not an all-star qualified driver. Qualifying at Indianapolis, first round is complete. Kyle Larson, 21st. That means he will not have to stay for either last row or top 12 or top 6 qualifying tomorrow. He'll be here and we'll start inside the 10th row in the All-Star race tomorrow. So 21st for Indianapolis. 7 times the 500 has been won from 21st or further back. Johnny Rutherford, the last to do it. Larry Mack?
Yeah, Mike, I'm with Jeremy Bullins, the winning crew chief from heat number 1. Jeremy, first 12 races, good God, let's get rid of that. That had to feel good.
Yeah, obviously, you know, we've had some good cars lately and not gotten much out of it. So even though it's just a heat race and you know, it doesn't really mean a whole lot in the grand scheme of things, it does feel good to cross the finish line first for a change. And you know, had a good weekend so far. Just got to keep it going.
You had the lead when that caution came out. A little over half the field pitted for 4 tires. Did you ever think twice maybe about pitting, or was your mind made up to stay out?
If we were leading, we were going to stay out the whole time. That was kind of the plan. I felt like if we were leading, knowing where we're going to start tomorrow night anyways, it was a great opportunity to see what tire wear was going to look like.
Kyle Larson will start 21st
for us, there was
in
really
the Indy 500.
There, so just took a chance and see how good it would hang on.
Regan, I'm sure 9 drivers and teams were watching exactly what Jeremy Bullins did there.
Well, no doubt, Larry. I'm sure everybody was, and I'm sure one of those guys was Denny Hamlin watching that previous heat race. Denny, you didn't have any teammates in that race that you can lead off of or learn from. You did have one of your drivers, Tyler Reddick. What are the takeaways after you see the battle and what was going on out there?
Yeah,
I think we need the second heat race to end by 6:50.
Track positions
Be able to be live for the Sox, which I think will be doable.
So, looking forward to see what our Progressive Toyota's got for today's race, and if nothing, just learn something for tomorrow, because tomorrow we got quite a bit more time, and again, you're going to make some adjustments overnight to fix whatever your problems you got today.
All right, Jamie, he was close last year, came second in the All-Star race, looking to get 1 spot better this year for Denny.
Yes, and Chris Buescher starting 8th, just watched his teammate dominate that first race. So we were talking off camera, but tell us about your car, and does that give you optimism for what can happen here in 75 laps?
Yeah, for sure. You know, so we get to go out here in the second heat and see how this Kroger Taiwan All-Ford Mustang does. Pretty happy in practice yesterday. It was probably a little bit off where Brad and his group was, and yeah, ultimately I feel like we've made some good adjustments and are ready to go here. So see how this one goes. We get to watch Priest in the open work his way in tomorrow. So we have plenty of track time at different points to figure out what we have underneath us between our organization, and who knows? Let's go see where it ends up.
All right, have fun.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hey, that first race, that was a lot of fun. A lot of 2 wide and a good bit of 3 wide racing, too.
Yeah, with the way that the groove has spread out at this racetrack and those soft tires, it seems like it's been a good balance to put on some good side-by-side racing.
I like what Chastain said, talking about the temperature in those tires. Cannot get them too hot, but tires mean something. Bolting them tires on at the right time might just be the magic combination for this $1 million.
Well, once again, we'll go 75 laps with a competition caution around lap 30. And will they or won't they put on tires? We're about to
Larson's going to fly to North Carolina tomorrow morning.
Ready for qualifying heat or lineup setting heat number 2.
It's time for the world's most extreme sport. NHRA on FS1.
Like a shot.
Just racing. The NHRA on FS1.
Let's face it, guys only want one thing.
Wish I had something natural instead of this synthetic body wash.
Sydney Sweeney, body wash genie? Dr. Squatch Natural Body Wash for Men. They're tired of smelling thirsty.
Sydney Sweeney. Holy coconuts, it even smells natural.
And it's moisturizing. At the end of the day, they just want to crack open a natural one with the boys.
Sydney Sweeney, body wash genie.
Dr. Squatch Body Wash for men who prefer natural.
The Fox Sports app isn't just any sports app. It's your sports app. Yeah, yours. Your teams. Your highlights. Your scores. Your stories. Just choose your favorites to get more of what you want. And of course, stream your teams live. The best part is free with
First race ended like a half hour ago.
Grab your Fox Sports app today.
Or 20 minutes ago, so he's probably getting started.
Welcome to Truck Country. Welcome to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
So, what do you think about the Jeep Wrangler?
Very spacious. Loving the Fathom Blue.
What are you going to use it for?
Thwarting international terrorism, saving the world. That good stuff.
Probably as groceries. Sorry, we just saw Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, and we are very excited.
Test drive?
No mission is impossible with a Jeep Wrangler.
Sadly, windshield chips can turn into windshield cracks. But at least you can go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in minutes.
Sweet.
SafeLight can come to you for free, and our highly trained techs can replace your windshield right at your home.
Safe light, safe light.
Don't wait. Go to SafeLight.com and schedule now.
Safe light repair, safe light replace.
Welcome back to North Wilkesboro Speedway for All-Star Heat Race number 2. This race will set the outside lane for tomorrow night's $1 million to win All-Star event.
A milli.
Is that what you call it?
Some people call it. Millie, buddy. I want $1 million. What would you do with $1 million?
I don't remember. I won a couple of them, though. You just blew it? Yeah, probably.
Here's what I want to know. You're going to have a caution flag at lap 30. If you're leading at lap 30, as Brad Keselowski was, do you want tires or track position?
Well, I think the track position worked out pretty good for Brad because he was able to run in that second group so well. But I think all these guys have watched and learned that they're going to want those tires. I don't know how many of them will start on their scuffs, like the strategy that we saw in the last race, because these cars, I believe, were already on the ground. But we saw some ground being made up with those sticker tires as the race went on. But we learned they can get hot.
I do believe if you're going to elect to do that, stay out and stay on those old tires, you better be in that number 1 spot. And you better take off and solidify that spot. If you come off the 2 and second, you're in big trouble.
The other thing I think we learned from Ross Chastain, you don't want to spend half this race down on the bottom making your tires mad.
No, once they get hot, we saw William Byron do it, we saw Ross Chastain do it, run that bottom line, and then they get off of turn 4 and spin those tires, and it heats those tires up, and all of a sudden you're dead in the water.
I think you have to pounce on it. As soon as you get to them, you cannot wait. And I think you're going to have to get aggressive.
You're going to have to lean on them.
You're going to have to lean on them, probably down to 1 and 2.
So chances are, if you're not the leader, you'll get tires at the caution.
That's my plan.
That's what I saw.
All right, can we go? They're not even in their cars yet.
All right, we'll see how it plays out here shortly.
Matt Olson and the Braves battle Rafael Devers and the Red Sox. Or Carlos Correa and the Twins take on the Brewers. It's Baseball Night in America, tonight at 7 Eastern on Fox.
We are green.
Here's the tale of the farmer man, searching for love all across the land. He's a farmer man. He needs someone to share his life, find a woman to be his loving wife. He's a farmer man.
When girls were trying to touch Matt's avocados. Didn't like it.
Farmer Wants a Wife. All new Thursdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
Fox's longest-running manhunt isn't just a show. It's an American institution.
I'm John Walsh, host of America's Most Wanted.
Fox Mondays. From Hollywood Heights to Heartland Horror.
He's worth my baby. We're hunting down America's worst criminals.
With nearly 1,200 fugitives caught in 45 countries, the legacy continues.
You can make a difference.
America's Most Wanted, Mondays on Fox and anytime on Hulu.
Every day, they protect the land we call home. Their dedication is why we race free. They're our neighbors, friends, and fellow fans. They put it all on the line. So when the green flag flies, we do too. NASCAR Salutes, together with Coca-Cola, honors those who serve at home and abroad.
This is what joint pain looks like when you keep moving with Aleve. Just one Aleve, 12 hours of uninterrupted joint pain relief. Aleve, strength to last 12 hours.
Misty? You know this person?
Is your cat getting too cool? Give him Temptations treats.
Bit of shade over the front straightaway and turn 4 of North Wilkesboro Speedway. Rest of the track in full sun. There's the cars lined up, ready to go for heat number 2. Christopher Bell starts first by being second fastest in qualifying last night. He's in a Toyota. So is Chase Briscoe with a Southern 500 win. He's in the All-Star race. Joey Logano, last year's winner, went on to become the series champ. Something Denny Hamlin's never done, although he is a former All-Star winner. Chase Elliott, 2020 All-Star winner, and Kyle Busch, 2017. They're the third row. Now, Harrison Burton's Daytona win last summer makes him All-Star qualified. He's in a Rick Ware Ford. Chris Buescher won Heat 2 in 2023 here. And the final row, Austin Cindric, first year in the All-Star race since 2023. And Daniel Suarez, who won his heat race here last year. Jamie?
Well, Mike, you mentioned Chase Elliott in practice yesterday. Got into the wall a little bit, broke that toe link. The team has been working. They were able to replace it. And now he starts 5th in this race. So let's walk over and see what tires they have sitting. And they are stickers. Chase Elliott, you can imagine they're going to come in lap 30 and pit, take those scuffs off, and put the sticker tires on for the 9 team. Regan Smith?
Jamie, certainly going to be interesting to see the strategies after
All right,
that.
guys, get in your
race
cars.
and
Let's
the pits,
go.
who does not
Come on.
win. One car, though, that told me earlier today, they were worried about how their car was going to be. Maybe a little disconnected yesterday in practice. Was that of the 19 of Chase Briscoe? James Small said, we really needed to work on it just a little bit more to have it be consistent all the way through the corner. So this race was going to be important for us
Getting
to
in their
get the
cars.
exact feel that we want for Chase so that he could go race for $1 million tomorrow night, Larry.
Regan, I always loved being in the second dual race at Daytona. Why? Because I could see what went on in the first dual race. That's what these 10 crew chiefs are feeling right now. They know what went on with strategy in that first race, and the general consensus is if you're the leader,
apparently it starts at
stay
6:15.
out.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're probably going to come hit pit road for 4 tires. The other thing they learned, everybody was fighting tight.
Should be enough time to end it before
So a lot of information
6:55
these guys from that
is kind of
first
like the
race.
cutoff.
Thanks, Larry. Now, our
Here's my cutoff.
information is that Daniel Suarez and Kyle Busch each have a set of sticker tires laying in their pit, meaning they are starting on scuff tires.
Well, I think the other thing is, too, when you see that pit strategy this time, we saw 4 cars stay out last time. If you're the leader this time and the second place guy pits, that's a whole new ball game when they fire off right beside you.
True. Drivers getting ready for heat race number 2.
MLS is game on. Messi. This is our soccer.
The best anglers in the world compete at the highest level. The Bassmaster Elite Series continues tomorrow at 8 Eastern on FS1.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check under the carpet first.
Hardwood in 3, 2, 1.
Before ripping it all out.
Okay.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Dang, your score is higher than a giraffe on a pogo stick.
That's because I bank fee-free through Chime. Plus, I build credit through everyday purchases.
That's a big perk.
Hey, perk. Fee-free banking and early access to your pay is like being at Granny's house on a Sunday.
Everybody eats.
All right. Didn't know how that's gonna go.
What if I told you that one of the best things you can do to improve the look and performance of your car can be done for under $20 and in less than 30 minutes?
Fix your cloudy and weathered headlights with Cerakote's #1 best-selling ceramic headlight restoration kit in just 3 easy steps and without power tools. Just wipe, sand, and apply. It's that easy. Cerakote restores and protects, and for as long as you own your vehicle, it's guaranteed. You can trust Cerakote with over 60,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait until it's too late. Buy today for under $20.
Prize Picks, the easiest way to turn hot takes into cold, hard cash. Like when Drewski said, he cares more about horses than hoops.
I ain't never said that.
Download the app during the playoffs and get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup.
Cerakote revolutionized car care with its #1 best-selling rapid ceramic paint seal. The unmatched gloss, slickness, and shine that you love now comes with an industry-leading 50-wash guarantee.
Introducing Cerakote's next-generation paint sealer, Rapid Ceramic Platinum. Just spray it on and lightly bump it to get incredible shine and professional results that will help your car stay cleaner longer. Look at the difference. With over 60,000 5-star reviews, you can trust Cerakote. Buy today for under $20.
Welcome to Truck Country. Welcome to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
Hey, welcome into breakfast, Ball. Give Americans what we want. More football. This guy is an absolute freaking unit.
I think I just know more than these players do.
Everyone's like, oh, you got to play the game. No, you don't. Now we got something cooking. I hate numbers. Don't argue with facts. Oh, simply your facts.
You guys are going to break.
That's right.
Breakfast Ball. Weekdays at 8 Eastern on FS1.
Getting ready for the second and final heat race at North Wilkesboro. Now, unlike heat race number 1, Christopher Bell is not guaranteed a front row starting spot for tomorrow night by qualifying second last night. He's going to have to race for it, as are all of these 10 drivers. Let's see.
All right, engines are fired. Get ready to roll off.
Boy, the boys up in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir.
All right, one heat race down, your heat race to go. What we learned there, and give me your sales pitch for this baby.
Yeah, I mean, I just love how wide the racetrack is. So hopefully 3 and 4 continues to get a little bit wider, and I think we're going to have a great race tomorrow.
Well, you got the number 1 spot. They're all behind you. Keep it that way. Good luck.
Well, congratulations on announcing the right driver, Clint. Good job this week.
Well, at least you didn't call him Kyle.
That's right.
I was tempted.
All right, let's roll off. Come on. There we go.
I about did it myself. You want to try, Joey? Let's see if you can mess this up.
Let's give Logano a try.
Pass you the ball.
All right. Hey, Joey Logano, Kevin up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. You saw that first heat race. You got a nice wide track. We saw tires make a difference. What's the plan?
That's a great question. I don't think we have the plan completely worked out. Kind of got to wait and see what the old shell pencil Lester's got in it, and if we can drive our way to the front, that'd be the best way to do it.
What's been the biggest challenge so far this weekend? You guys got a heck of a practice in yesterday. Cars all over the racetrack. What have you guys been fighting?
Yeah, I mean, I think our car has some good long run speed. You know, I think the track position is going to be the biggest thing we got to fight to get up there. We've seen that in the first heat. That if you can get up there, you can manage things pretty well, I think. But yeah, there's plenty of challenges. I think that's the All-Star week. And just $1 million on the line, but qualifying was fun. That was always one of the more fun parts.
All right, man. Well, good luck. We'll be watching.
Man, have fun. Thanks.
Well, last year, Joey Logano dominated the All-Star race. There he is on the outside of, yes, Christopher Bell, who he will have to battle in this heat race. And what a battle it was. Denny Hamlin was part of it. Chris Butcher was there, but at the finish, all number 22, and that momentum game propelled him on to the Cup Championship. 3 times in the last 5 years, the All-Star winner has become the Cup champion, and that's a long road from here to Phoenix.
Well, it definitely turned Joey Logano's season around with a test, a race win, and they were miserable to start the beginning of last year. But usually a lot of champions, have that ability to turn their season around. We saw that with the 6-car Brad Kay in the first race, so you never know where it can go from here.
Speaking of tests, we put those pit crews to the test last night, and because of that, we see these Joe Gibbs racing cars up front. The teammates, Bell, Briscoe, and Hamlin all in the top 4. Let's see what they can do with them.
But here's something different. I believe Keselowski took the outside of row number 1 as the pole sitter for heat number 1. Christopher Bell.
He's going to do the same thing.
Yeah, he's going to pit road, yes, of course, for pit road speed.
I like where your head's at, though.
Yeah, they were lined up the way that the qualifying indicated. We'll see when they come to want to go.
Does anybody remember the Xfinity Series heat races in 2016? Yeah, that was actually a thing. At like Bristol, Richmond, and I think Dover. They had like these heat races.
Don't get busted for speeding. Make sure you're right at the lights, but not over it, especially coming down tested right here.
Yeah, and while you're doing that test right there, you talk about 30 miles an hour. That in our world, that means 34.99.
Yes.
It's still good. NASCAR gives you a 5-mile-an-hour window to go over the speed limit as a buffer, and so you'll take advantage of that. And the tricky part about this road are the curves and the straight require different settings on your tag, so it becomes difficult to manage.
And that all came into play last night. There were several drivers that entered pit road much faster than 30 miles an hour. But because there's no speed gun, no radar gun, NASCAR measures the time it takes to go the distance between each scoring loop. So you could enter at 50, slow down to 10, as long as your total time
I think we're getting 2 to go.
Does not exceed what it would take to go 34.999.
Very dangerous flirting with those waters, though, Mike, because you can't. Who knows where you've averaged, right?
True.
You come blowing through the first timing line at 50 mile an hour, like you talk about. How much do I got to slow this thing down for the next one? Now your averages go by the wayside. That's why they want you to that pit road speed right at the line, so you can maximize the effort.
We're going to have a couple of onboards here. Here is the Toyota cam on board Christopher Bell, who has elected the outside of the front row. And we'll have the Ford Performance cam riding with Joey Logano, who will fire off from third position.
The second heat race here just takes me back to the duels at Daytona. If one's calm, usually all hell breaks loose in the next one. We'll see.
And they all learned as we
All right,
get
getting one to
the
go.
right here, they all learned what happened in the first heat race. And you talk about that leader and saying, if I'm leading, I'm going to stay out. I'm pretty sure that the whole field probably will pit behind him based upon everything that happened in the first one. Maybe some guys in the back might take a chance, but they're just kind of going to be in the way until the guys on tires get around them.
And most everybody was here for the Cars late model race last night, so if you wanted to see some carnage, they had some. They also had some great racing.
Yeah, and this racetrack is producing great racing right now, so it's fun to watch.
Here's Joey Logano's radio.
All right, pace car's off.
Try to keep ourselves towards the front. Make sure we're in a good spot for tomorrow night.
75 laps, competition caution around lap 30. Every lap counts.
Wasted so much time there, Jesus Christ. Green flag.
From the outside of row number 1, takes the green flag.
And much like we saw in that first race, that outside line gets a great launch into turn 1. 19 car Briscoe gets good drive through the center of the corner and able to protect that second position.
Remember, the 8 and 99 are on scuffed tires. Everybody else starts on stickers.
We saw this to start the first heat race. We'll see some cars that feeling themselves out, sliding around on the racetrack, trying to figure out exactly where the grip level is and how the balance of their car is. But as we get 2 or 3 laps into this big...
Ooh, damn, Suarez.
Well, that logjam is right at Kyle Busch and behind him. We're with Chris Buescher and Austin Cindric. They were going at it right from the green flag. You'll see in the lower right.
Whoa, very close. It's Burton and Elliott there at the back of the pack. This is why this team sport aspect of this is so important. Look at the track position that these Gibbs cars have, all because of their crew's effort last night in qualifying.
Denny Hamlin underneath Joey Logano for third.
Damn.
And Logano squirts on the high side off turn 2 to hold it.
Cannot let those guys get to your outside, Kevin.
No, that momentum, especially in turn 1 and 2, if they carry that momentum through the center of the corner and are able to get that car rotated and get back to the throttle, they're going to drive right by you, just like we saw Joey Logano do right there to Denny Hamlin.
Mike, you see right there, Denny Hamlin running down on the bottom of the racetrack that last time through 3 and 4. Just came onto the radio to Chris Gall and told him, Plow City, folks. I don't know where Plow City is, but I know that's not good. It means the car's way too tight right now.
I think it's a suburb of West Jefferson. But yeah, I understand what he means.
But it's a place you don't want to be. That's what I can tell you. When that thing is plowing, it won't turn, won't roll the middle, which is exactly what you're seeing. And they're going by him on the outside.
Kyle Busch getting by, passing him for 5th. Yeah, Denny Hamlin's definitely got an issue.
Yeah, and when you're tight in these momentum-tight situations where you have to run that top groove down in 1 and 2, it just makes you have to slow the car down more. That mid-corner speed and not being able to get the car rotated just loses all the lap time.
Kyle Busch runs away from Hamlin, who now has a mirror full of Austin Cindric. Cindric looking inside. He's there.
Watching Buescher in 4th place here, biggest mover so far, up 4 positions, started 8th. Car's really handling well, those RFK cars. Brad winning the first one, this one matching that pace quite well.
Yeah, and you heard him talk about his car not being quite as good as Brad's yesterday, so I'm sure after practice they looked at everything that they could to take from Brad's car to try in this heat race. That's the other opportunity that this heat race gives you, is the opportunity to try some different things in your car to be able to make it better for tomorrow night's race.
Man, I cannot believe Plow City is not good at all. This Denny Hamlin is in bad trouble. Started up front all the way to the back. What, 10 laps all it took him to get there.
I remember Chase Elliott started in the back because they had to change that rear toe limb. He's advanced a couple of positions.
We've seen wild things happen in these all-star races, but you can see the point in that car. It will not turn whatsoever. That thing's headed north in the center of the corner, and that is not good.
Kyle Busch is settled into 5th. Here's his radio.
That was your fastest lap of the race right there, and that was your lowest 3 and 4. That was the fastest lap by about half a second. You were going faster, you were the leader. Loose the fire here, loose off and accelerate from the top. It's right rear steer all the way up off. Getting loose in right now also.
Yeah, when he's talking about that right rear steer, he's talking about that right rear tire wanting to wrap around too much and wanting to turn too much off the corner under throttle. Kyle ran the truck race, so he knows where the groove has been on the racetrack. See him up the racetrack there in 1 and 2. We documented his car a lot yesterday with the way that left rear tire looked.
Lap 17, 59 laps to go. There's a competition caution at lap 30, or around lap 30.
That's Harrison Burton going by on the, trying to get by on the inside. Driving for Rick Ware, the 51.
Yeah, Harrison there in the 51 car. He's been driving in the Xfinity.
That's right. Harrison Burton is in the All-Star race. Forgot about that.
Tough transition to get back in sync.
I remember watching Denny sliding around yesterday on this racetrack, and can't help but to think they've made a pretty significant change to this thing. I mean, you got both of his teammates running 1, 2, and that thing marched straight to the back. So obviously quite a bit different setup than the teammates get.
And a lot of times when you have those types of handling conditions in practice, it's not hard to reach too far back the other way and jump on the other side of the fence. So luckily for them, they have done that in the heat race and not in tomorrow night's race.
And we have a caution coming, so you will be able to work. A big stack coming with this 11 car.
We also have that wake-up caution coming in the All-Star race, the promoter's option caution, anytime before lap 220. Some of the drivers have been outspoken about that. I think Kyle Busch even saying on social media, he said, if I need a caution, I know how to get one. So that's going to be interesting. Jamie.
Yeah, Kevin, you were talking about Chris Buescher, and I talked to him earlier before we were on camera together, and he said, I felt like my car yesterday had real good stability in and off the corner. This is a test race for us, so let's try something new, see if we can make it a little bit better. Obviously, Chris in this race because he won at Watkins Glen last year. So far, so good, though. He's moved up a few spots since the drop of the green flag.
Currently 4 seconds back of the leader. Christopher Bell has taken off from Chase Briscoe by about 1.5 seconds.
Well, this race has a lot different look to it than that first race did. It's definitely a little bit more spread out. You see Christopher Bell, he's just driven off from everybody as Chase Elliott goes to the inside of the 99 of Daniel Suarez.
This has been a steady march toward the front from Elliott after having to start in the rear. Suarez let loose off, having to correct and a little close for comfort there.
He got a little loose off because the 9 car was driving across the front of his nose, and he had to lift right there, take evasive action not to get in the back bumper.
Are just about 5 laps to the competition caution for heat number 2.
Did you see that car take off when he got in the wake of Elliott? Almost hit the wall.
Yeah, even though we're on a short track right here, and on these short tracks, these cars are actually probably more aero-sensitive than they are, or just as much on the big tracks. So when that happens on these short tracks, it actually makes it worse because of the amount of speed and the short lap time. So definitely still an aero effect on these types of racetracks.
For a while, Joey Logano was making some inroads on Chase Briscoe, 2nd to 3rd. But now they seem to have pretty much equalized lap times right here. as we approach the competition caution.
What are you looking at? Well, this 20 car is going to have a tough decision as they come to pit road and this caution comes
Chester
out.
loves
You
NASCAR.
still see almost a half a second of fall off, and we saw how those
Who do you think's
Stewart
gonna win,
tires
Chester?
fired off in that first race. So if everybody behind him comes to pit road and he doesn't, I believe he'll have a handful, even though he's got a great car.
And unlike the last race, Bell is fighting for his starting position. He is not guaranteed the front row as Keselowski was, who was the fastest qualifier last night. So
I think if I'm them, I'm pitting. I think I want those tires. Because, this is the predicament that we've seen so many times of how you can stack the deck against somebody dominating the race. They're in a situation with this caution coming out. If they stay out, everybody's going to pit.
So here's lap 30. We're on lap 31, actually. The caution is about to come out.
We saw in that first heat. If they do pit,
Denny Hamlin's falling all the way back to 10th.
You're going to be burned. This is a tough situation to be in when you're this dominant.
However, the cars right behind him are going to.
And there's the caution.
Scuff tires.
That was a 9-minute 44-second green flag run to start the second heat.
These cars, you need.
Well, I think we need to reconfirm who's got.
It's 2 seconds longer than the
because I see the 9
first
cars
one.
got sticker tires sitting on the wall right here, getting ready to put them on. So it'll be interesting to see who's got what down there.
Well, those are scuffs right there.
Those are scuffs, and now we're going to find out. We're going to find out, is it cool tires or is it sticker tires? I always want cool sticker tires. Larry?
Yeah, here's the 3 drivers that have sticker tires in their pits. Chase Elliott, the 9, Kyle Busch, the 8, Daniel Suarez, the 99. They have stickers to put on.
Gotcha. Yeah, so Chase Elliott, we add to that list of the sticker tires. So I'm really interested to see, is it the coolness of the tire or is it the sticker tire?
Larry, your driver's belt. What are you going to do here?
I think I'm going to pit. I don't want to lose this race because everybody else changed 4 tires. I think I'm coming to get me 4.
I didn't think that, and I started listening to Kevin talk me down the path of everybody's going to pit behind me, and I jumped on board with it.
I want to stay out and let them chase me.
Well, what if you don't get chased very long?
Road is open.
Yeah, it really all depends. I mean, if 3 or 4 of them stay out, that's going to be your buffer to defend yourself against the fresher tires.
Because the first car that could put on sticker tires is right now 5th.
All right, you guys, you're just like Earnhardt. You want 4 tires and track position. I can't give you both.
Yeah, that's what I want, Larry. Give it to me.
I think he's coming. That answers
Everybody
that.
is. 19 stayed out.
Briscoe, now there's a surprise. Chase Briscoe stays out. Everybody else headed for their pit stall.
Lonely acres out there. Lonely acres.
Jamie.
Chase Elliott gained 3 spots there in that run, but I talked in the open.
Everybody's pitting besides 2 people.
He had sticker tires. Look at the rear changer, Calvin Teague. That is a change starting this week. It's been a long time since we've seen a change to Chase Elliott's pit crew, and it starts this weekend, Regan.
Austin Cindric struggling a little bit loose, trying something different than we see. 2 tires on the right side of the 2 car, so that'll be something that we'll keep an eye on.
So Bell wins the race off pit road. Cindric comes off 2nd. Logano 3rd. Buescher 4th. Elliott 5th. Busch 6th. Suarez 7th. Harrison Burton 8th.
That race off pit road, but look how close this is at the end of the stop. Coming around the front of the car, that crewman came very close to getting hit. All right, 41 laps to go. Christopher Bell has led in.
So yeah, Briscoe stayed out.
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance.
Hey kid, it's pronounced Liberty.
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 Liberty. Liberty. No, she's mocking me. Very mature.
Hey, that's the nephew too.
Hey, I'm not the one acting like a total baby.
She's 2.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty. Liberty.
Do it all with Steel Battery. Don't miss Steel deals. Now is the best time to save big on over 40 hardworking Steel tools. Hurry into your local Steel dealer or shop online.
To avoid digital threats, just turn on NordVPN. Improve your protection against trackers, malicious websites, and malware-ridden downloads. Get the deal now.
Hey, hon, I found our new car on Carvana.
Already? I want to do some research. Torque or horsepower for this? Oh, great return policy. I found it.
Great rides. Buy your car on Carvana today.
You've waited all week for this. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Maximus C from Greenworks, the most versatile zero-turn utility mower on the planet. With more power, more runtime, and all the versatility of one battery that powers over 75 products, you'll forget all about gas. That's quiet power. Start kicking gas today with free shipping for a limited time. Visit participating retailers at greenworkstools.com now.
When it comes to tickets, pick TickPick. You're picking the best prices guaranteed, with no hidden fees ever. 360-degree seat views, and price tracking with real-time updates. So pick TickPick for your favorite band, your favorite team, or a new family memory. Pick from thousands of live events. Don't let overpriced tickets and fees get between you and a great night. No hidden fees, more savings. Download the TickPick app.
Safe like repair.
Perfecting your swing is hard.
Nice shot, Dad. Oh. Safe like replace.
But replacing your windshield doesn't have to be. Get it fixed now and pay later with flexible payment options only at safelight.com.
There's your restart lineup upper left. How close was it? 2-tire change for Christopher Bell. That means the right front changer has to get to the other side of the car before it leaves, but it's leaving now.
Hey, my job is to go and your job is to get out of the way, so that was great timing.
So Larry Bell and Cindric took 2 tires, but Chase Briscoe was the only car that stayed out.
Yeah, I got James Small.
Yep, so Briscoe was the only guy who stayed out.
James. We just thought we wanted to do the opposite. You know, we talked about it, we could get the lead, then we knew some of the other guys might do right sides and might give us a little bit of a buffer. So we'll see how it goes. You know, just got to hold it here for 10, 15 laps and maybe we'll be okay. So track time's coming down and our car seems pretty good. So
seems to follow the theory, follow the leader. You just follow the leader.
All right, so Briscoe has Warren tires there. Bell has 2.
Pace car's
Cindric
off.
has 2. Logano and Buscher are on scuff tires. Elliott, Busch, and Suarez are on sticker
Going back
tires.
green.
Hamlin and Burton are on scuff
And
tires. You got all combinations here.
We're getting ready to learn a lot, but it's all
green flag's back in the air.
Fire off out of the box, and Briscoe gets a great start.
Going to have to be careful. Never mind. The answer has been made right there. Briscoe needs to go. Can't get mired back in traffic. Cindric
36 laps to go. Yeah, Bell immediately took the lead.
Whole lot of 3 wide here.
Briscoe's falling back.
Buscher getting jostled around in the middle.
Yeah, and you see those 4 tires on that 9 car down there on the bottom of the racetrack. Like we documented, there's only 3 cars that had sticker tires, and he's the first one up.
Not good for Chase Briscoe. I said, if you come off a 2, not in the
Oh, around goes Briscoe!
Great job.
Caution. We need to make this caution really quick.
Yeah, I'd go ahead and put him on. Back up to the stand here.
First caution flag for cause in tonight's heat races.
And that's the risk that you run when you race on.
So it's about a 45-second green flag run.
You lose the lead, and then you get the pack, and you're banking on that track position.
Wouldn't be that this time crunch nerve-wracking if we just, had not wasted as much time in between those 2 races.
Video of Christopher Bell's tire changer, you could see the buildup on those tires. And they just don't fire off like sticker tires.
I can't even tell who turned him. He had contact from everybody. Well, never works out very good in your favor in a short track, 3 wide on the outside.
Well, 99 car right there just got into the left rear quarter panel. He was already passed by the 2 cars below him, and Suarez just had so much more speed. It looked like he might have been trying to get down, and Suarez was already there.
Hamlin just escaped on the inside there.
Hey, it's the All-Star race, no points on the line. James Smalls, he made a gamble there, went for it, tried it. No harm, no foul. Didn't tear the race car up, luckily. We'll put these tires on and go at it again.
The tires they have sitting in the pits are scuffs.
I think a lot of the difference is the heat. And we heard Ross Chastain talk about the heat in the tires, and he ran those tires too hard on the bottom of the racetrack.
So Harrison Burton and Chase Briscoe are coming down pit road.
No matter what, are going to be better than the hot tires that he had on there. But you also got to keep them clean. We see a lot of marks down the back straightaway where they spin those rear tires to get them up to temperature, but more so to get them clean.
Yeah, I think they're temperature sensitive, not necessarily wearing out what we're seeing. I think as soon as they build that temperature, they go away in a hurry.
So the first car on new tires is Chase Elliott in third, then Kyle Busch in fifth, and then Suarez at the back.
Yeah, and those new tires matter. Yeah, when you look at the 9 car, he fired right off there on those sticker tires and was able to make the most progress of anyone all night. Jamie?
Blake Houston is the front changer for Christopher Bell. Blake, that was oh so close. I know you guys train all the time. Do you train for timing like that?
Yeah, Darrell cut it a little close, but yeah, we practice that quite often, and he was trying to get me killed, I think.
You saying Darrell Edwards, the Jack man?
Yeah, he cut it a little close, but I made it, barely. My wife's going to kill me for it, but it's all right.
Good job, well done.
Thank you.
Well, I would, in the Jack man's defense, he wasn't even looking at him, so I don't know that it was definitely on the front of his mind as to where he was, so.
Well, they've made up. Good fun. All's well. But that was close. Because the driver, he was leaving.
Yes, he was.
He trusted that guy was going to.
Let's have no more cautions, please.
And that guy's practiced that plenty of times getting around there, too. Don't think he hasn't.
Yeah, that car is taking off while he's got his left hand on the hood. And usually when those tire changers know that you're going to do 2 tires, usually they run with you as you're taking off, away from you.
All right, and
not only is his wife going to be upset, they're on baby watch for their 3rd child. So,
well, hopefully
that had to raise the
reflags back in the air.
All right, let's restart.
It's about as good a jump as we've seen for the inside car with Logano. About Chase Elliott.
Christopher Bell on 2 tires. We know that he had the fastest car at the beginning of the race. But those 2 tires, we'll see how they run.
Go, Kyle, go, yeah.
Continues on here.
That's what I'm saying.
I like what Chase Elliott's doing, keeping that car as high on the racetrack as possible so he doesn't burn up those tires until he gets a chance to make a move. How about this 3?
All right, we'll up a few spots there. Nice. 2 and 1.
You can see the advantage.
And now Busch is going to come back and battle him.
And like we saw in the first race, you have to take advantage of it while you have that advantage on your side, because once these tires start to get hot, that advantage becomes less and less.
Denny Hamlin coming too. He just got away from the 2 cars inside him that were 3 wide. And was gaining ground on that battle.
Justman did that car well. You see it still really tight through the center, though. As soon as he let off the brakes, that thing headed right up the racetrack.
And Suarez also on new tires, as opposed to the scuffs everyone else put on.
I'm already starting to think about this promoter's choice caution and everything that's going to unfold tomorrow night. That's going to play a role in this.
And the biggest role is when you get those new tire, old tire, hot tire mix on the restarts, and getting that track position, being able to maneuver and not be on defense. And that's really where Chase Elliott made the most ground, as you see Denny Hamlin continue to struggle with that car. Once they get spread out, it takes a lot more time to finish those passes. And you see Elliott there in the 9 car behind Logano. Both of them pitted for 4 tires, but 1 scuff, 1 sticker. And after we got through the first lap and a half, 2 laps, the 9 car is now just one of the other cars on the racetrack, and that advantage is gone.
Yeah, he's definitely sliding back on the pace. Those front 2 cars are in the 60s. He's a 90 with a 70 behind him in Busch.
Christopher Bell, he's still able to run about a tenth faster than everybody on the racetrack, half a tenth to a tenth faster.
Yeah, even with just those 2 tires.
So those 2 tires have definitely not slowed his car down with the track position of leading the race.
And his line has hardly changed at all. He enters turn 1 in about the 2nd groove, works up to the 3rd groove in the middle of 1 and 2 and comes off. Gets the car lower entering turn 3 and around turn 4, wraps it lower on the racetrack at the high end of the speedway.
I'm glad you said that. And as I look down there at the 3 and 4 and watching these cars go around the racetrack, Kevin, they're all pretty much back down on the bottom. And that's been a corner throughout the last couple of days that they've been playing around with that, whether they run to the top, diamond it back down, around the bottom. Seems like they find the speed. The fastest laps come from running the bottom.
And we heard James Small talk about the track temperature. You see the shadows on the front straightaway, you know, the sun is going down, the temperature is going down, and in my opinion, the lap times of the cars have been a little bit faster towards the end of this race, and the fall-off has been a little bit less than what we saw in the first heat with sun all the way around the racetrack.
And turn 4 has been in shade for almost an hour now, and that has to have an effect.
On board with Christopher Bell right here, downhill into turn 1. You hear him lift about that caution light there into turn 1, up the hill, just barely touch that upper banking right there to get the car to rotate. Uphill into turn 3, he's choosing to run above that patch right there into that 2nd lane of banking. That patch into turn 3 has a lot of rubber caked up on it, so it's almost become slick. When we got here, they didn't scrape the rubber off the racetrack on that patch, so the rubber was actually really, really hard. You'll see it right here to the left, right there. You can see those patches of rubber built up on that. They just left them there.
And over the years, those patches have been different. Sometimes they're slick, and sometimes it's a grip strip.
One thing we don't see here at Wilkesboro, though, is shifting. At a lot of racetracks, even the short tracks, you'll see the drivers shifting between 2 gears depending on where the grip is at either end of the racetrack.
Very odd to see any racetrack with these Gen 7 cars not shifting. I agree with you. It's a good point, Mike.
And the other thing that we heard, these cars are running in 4th gear here.
Yeah, their shifting is kind of crazy.
Who was having a good qualifying lap and who wasn't. And I think tomorrow night...
That's how it should be at short tracks.
I think you'll hear a lot of these cars start...
Should have done one runway brung, yeah. That would have been nice.
Pick up. Bell's able to run, I would say, about a lane lower than everybody else compared to the first heat in turns 1 and 2, and be able to get his car to rotate.
Meanwhile, Joey Logano sees Chase Elliott growing a little larger in his rearview mirror.
And you see Logano's even moved down the racetrack, and a lot of times that will happen as the top of the racetrack starts to get really rubbed up. You start looking for different areas on the racetrack that'll have a little bit cleaner asphalt, don't have as much rubber buildup. So Logano, he's moved his line down to a lot like what Christopher Bell is doing, maybe even a touch lower through turns 1 and 2.
Elliott a tenth quicker that last lap and really dives it into turn 3 and cuts that gap in half.
Yeah, you see him make that ground up on entry, but give it up on the center part of the corner to the exit. But as you watch Chase go in the corner right here this time, right next to that white line is concrete, and if you just wrap that white line and try to cover that white line on entry and just barely touch that concrete, it'll help that car rotate.
8 to go.
Remember, every position gained moves you up 1 row in the starting lineup tomorrow night for the All-Star race. Everybody on track is guaranteed in, and they will fill the outside lane on the starting grid.
Charlie, better off 2 again. 79 in front.
Been watching his in-car. What do you see there, Kevin?
Chris Myers at Indianapolis.
You see him pretty steady.
Yeah, I really hate that IndyCar is on Fox now. I hate that so much.
Not much direction back to the right through the center, so that tells me that his car, like you're saying, is probably a little bit too tight through the center of the corner.
Yeah, see that right in the middle of the corner, the apex of it kind of goes to a deadlock, doesn't it? Saw on it, any right? Got loose in right there. Watch when he gets down to the center of 1 and 2 and starts leaning on the wheel, trying to get the car to rotate, turn. Right there. Takes a lot of wheel, not any kind of sawing on it. Pretty tight race car.
4 to go this time for Christopher Bell. And he remains the quickest car on the racetrack by a couple of hundredths over Logano.
And he's changed his line a little bit, Mike. Now we've seen him up the racetrack, all 4 tires in that upper lane. Down here in turns 1 and 2 where he's headed. He's got a big enough lead now that he can start to move around the racetrack and really fill out different areas and what it does to his car to start
3 laps to go.
For tomorrow night.
And coming to 2 to
2
go.
to go, and the one spot that is in contention might be Chase Briscoe, as Austin Cindric drawing a bead on him for 7th place. Otherwise, we're pretty well sorted out all the way around the racetrack here. Bell
And coming to the white flag.
7 seconds. Gets the white flag this time. He is
One more time
4
around.
seconds up on Joey Logano, who remains half a second in front of Chase Elliott.
Yeah, and he's pretty much smoked him in this heat race, Mike. He's put on a clinic.
And Christopher Bell comes around, and he is going to start 2nd in tomorrow's All-Star race. He wins heat number 2 at North Wilkesboro.
Gets the checkered flag, 2 seconds ahead of Joey Logano.
Kyle got 4th.
Kyle Busch 4th.
Yes, so Kyle will start 8th tomorrow.
Chris Buescher, Daniel Suarez, then Chase Briscoe holds off Cindric by
Good job, Bell. We'll debrief at the truck.
Harrison Burton 9th and Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, not bad.
Ends up 13
I'll take that.
Seconds behind the leader, with everyone finishing on the lead lap. We'll be back with more from North Wilkesboro after this.
So
we'll hear Bell's interview, and then we'll have to go.
Loving the Fathom Blue.
What are you going to use it for?
Thwarting international terrorism, saving the world. That good stuff.
Probably his groceries. Sorry, we just saw Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, and we
But yeah, those heat races weren't. I mean, they were kind of bad, but the first one was better, in my opinion. But second one, you know, it's just short track racing with the next gen. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Before, to compare it to our new stuffed crust.
I think the Open tomorrow has a chance to be fun.
Now the box to your left, that's the Domino's stuffed crust you said you've had before. I'm confused. What's going on? Domino's has never made a stuffed crust pizza before.
Are you serious?
It's Domino's first ever stuffed crust. Stuffed with melty cheese and topped with garlic seasoning and Parmesan.
Love that cheese.
I'm taking one more if that's okay. Try it for the first time tonight.
This summer, Major League Baseball braces into Bristol Motor Speedway for a high-octane showdown between the Braves and Reds at the MLB Speedway Classic at Bristol. The party starts early with a special pregame concert featuring music superstar Tim McGraw. This isn't just another baseball game. It's a Major League Baseball game at Bristol, baby. Lock in your tickets now and gear up for this historic MLB event. Visit MLB.com/Speedway Classic for details.
Ladies, we just want one thing, and that's natural body wash for our guys, of course. With scents like pine tar, wood barrel bourbon, coconut castaway, and fresh falls.
You're cheating on me with Sydney Sweeney.
No, babe, she's a body wash genie. It's Dr. Squatch, natural body wash for men.
Dr. Squatch body wash for men who prefer natural.
All right, I'm gonna change your world. That's gonna be interesting. Let's go. I love to root for great. Yeah, I want to watch history. Ooh, you want to root for the underdog? Good luck with that. In sports, people
But yeah,
do what they do.
All-Star race tomorrow is at 5, or I think I'll be live at. When is the green flag?
Don't even need to be. It doesn't matter how many times I'm right. You'll still argue with me. This is the Herd.
Welcome back to North Wilkesboro.
5:38 is the open, so I'll be live at 5:15.
Mike, it was smooth sailing up front for
Here's Christopher Bell.
It didn't matter if it was 4 tires at the start of the race, 2 tires at the lap 30 caution. This car was looking like $1 million for you out there.
Maybe the Mobil 1 Camry is $1 million Camry, but it's feeling really good. I knew yesterday in practice that if they could get some rear grip in it, it looked like it had a lot of car potential. So, guys did an amazing job on just making the car better overnight, and it was really refreshing to be able to get out there and just cruise those first 30 laps. And then I didn't know how it was going to work out with Joey having 4 tires right behind me, but this thing was on rails. So really happy and excited about the opportunity tomorrow.
Mentioned the guys on the car did a good job. The guys in the pits did a really good job as well with that 2-tire stop. But look over here for just a second. I got to ask you, what are you thinking as you're coming out of the pits right here and Blake Houston is right in front of you? Could you see the whites in his eyes right there?
Oh, yeah. Every time I do 2-tire stops, I'm like, man, am I supposed to let him go or not let him go? But I'm like, well, I guess he's going to jump if I get there. But, yeah, those guys are extreme athletes, and I've got some of the best pit crew in the business. So Blake does an amazing job, and thankful to drive for him.
All right, it was fun to watch. Good luck tomorrow.
All right. I got to end this shit right here. I'll be live in just a few minutes for the Red Sox and Braves. I want to thank you guys for watching.